morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you're watching us from. This is Daily Digest from Esteem Radio Vision, situated at Obokun Avenue, Ilesha, Osun State, Nigeria. Here are the headlines we have for you today. My name is Oluwatoyosi Solanke. The first headline is taken from The Punch. Electoral Act Amendment. Opposition protests as senators back manual result transmission. The Senate on Tuesday bowed to intense public pressure and approved the electronic transmission of election results to the Independent National Electoral Commission's result viewing portal, IREC, while permitting manual collation to serve as a backup where technology fails. The decision followed an emergency reconsideration of a disputed clause in the Electoral Act, Repeal and Reenactment Amendment Bill 2026, after days of nationwide outrage, street protests, and sustained criticism from opposition figures, civil society organizations, and youth movement. However, the upper chamber stopped short of making electronic transmission compulsory and rejected calls for the explicit inclusion of real-time uploads of results, a key demand by protesters who accuse lawmakers of attempting to weaken electoral safeguards ahead of the 2027 general elections. From The Punch, you get the full details. Still on The Punch this morning. Government closes Lagos to Abeokuta Expressway for repairs. The Lagos State government has announced the partial closure of the Lagos to Abeokuta Expressway for a period of 4 weeks. The closure, stating on Wednesday, February 11, is to enable the Federal Ministry of Works to carry out rehabilitation on the same sections of the road. The Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwatoyosi, made this known in a statement on Tuesday, shared on X. According to Osiyemi, the rehabilitation would cover the stretch from the U-turn bus stop to Songo toll gate, affecting both inbound and outbound lanes of the expressway. The rehabilitation work is scheduled to commence on Wednesday, February 11, 2026, and end on Wednesday, March 11, 2026, spanning a period of 4 weeks, the statement read. From The Punch, you get the full details. Now moving away from Punch, Doshe alive, kicking debunks death after rumors. Legendary Nollywood actor Pete Edochie has denied rumors of his death for the uptake time, calling out the reoccurring ORs. The latest claim follows a pattern of similar false stories dating back to 2012, with fabricated tales of him dying abroad in an accident. The 78-year-old actor, popularly known as Ebudeke, remains active and celebrated with awards like Member of the Order of the Niger, MON, and AMVCA Industry Merit Award. Peter Doshi expressed frustration, saying he's been killed 7 times, with Ohaza spreading false claims about his death. He will turn 79 on March 7, crediting his family's longevity for his own vitality. From the Vanguard, you get the full details. Still on the Vanguard, 2 burnt to death, 8 injured as minibus overturns explodes on Lagos Road. A devastating road traffic accident involving a commercial bus, popularly known as Faka SMK 823YK, yesterday claimed the lives of two occupants and left several others injured along Bale Inward Oshodi Apapa Expressway. According to an eyewitness, the incident, which occurred at 5 p.m., was precipitated by an unknown private vehicle reversing on the main carriageway, an action that compelled the commercial minibus traveling at considerable speed to apply brake. The sudden maneuver Asma, who sped to the scene, revealed that the commercial bus driver was conveying a 5-liter container of petrol in the vehicle. The flammable substance ignited immediately following the crash, resulting in a severe fire break. From the Vanguard, you get the full details. Still on the Vanguard this morning. Electoral Act Amendment. Network excuse no longer acceptable. Network excuse no longer acceptable, said by Peter Obi. Former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has renewed calls for real-time electronic transmission of electronic results, describing claims of poor network coverage in parts of the country as no longer acceptable. Obi made the call in a statement released on Tuesday after he participated in the Occupy National Assembly protest over the Electoral Act Amendment. The statement, titled Identifying with the People Peacefully for Electoral Integrity, said this participation was aimed at pressing for urgent reforms to protect the credibility of Nigeria's election. Yesterday, February 9th, I participated in a peaceful protest at the National Assembly to demand urgent electoral reforms that truly reflect the will of the Nigerian people, Obi said. According to him, the demands of the protesters were clear and non-negotiable, stressing that the public office holders must emerge through transparent processes. Anyone seeking to hold titles such as honorable, distinguished, or excellency must emerge through a transparent and honorable process, he said. From the Vanguard, you get the full details. So, our esteemed viewers, please don't forget to like, comment, and share, and keep on following our page. The next headline is taken from The Nation. Moving away from Vanguard, now we are on The Nation. Let's use policies to improve lives, says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Against the backdrop of tough economic reforms and rising public expectations, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday threw down a challenge to governors, ministers, and top government institutions. He demanded that policy decisions must now translate into visible improvement in the daily lives of Nigerians. Speaking at the close of the two-day National Economic Council conference held in Abuja, the president insisted that his administration's renewed hope agenda will not be judged by resolutions or rhetoric, but by concrete outcomes in jobs created, roads built, schools strengthened, healthcare improved, and investor confidence restored. President Tinubu, who was represented by Senate President Godwin Akpabio, warned that the gathering must not end as another high-level discussion without measurable impact. From The Nation, you get the full details. Still on The Nation, Tinubu appoints NEMSA, NEMSA, CEO, board members, names Magaji Aliu, Shetco MD. The president nominates Bauchi Kaduna representative as RMFAC commissions. Senate to confirm Gamawa Mukhtar as fiscal commission nominees. President Bola Ahmed President Tinubu has approved the appointment of Adeshayo Olusegun Michael, an engineer, as the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Electricity Management Service Agency, NEMSA. The president also appointed Magaji Dau Aliyu as the Managing Director of the Shada Science and Technology Complex, SHETSCO, Abuja. A statement yesterday in Abuja by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, announced the appointment. SHETSCO is a Federation research institution responsible for research and development in technology. It also operates a nuclear research facility. President Tinubu also approved the appointment of and other members of the NEMSA board, including Aliyu Abdulaziz, Executive Director. From the Nation, you get the full details. Moving away from the Nation, now we are on this day. Declare cancer emergency in Nigeria, Oluwatoyosi tells federal government. As part of the growing concern over the menace of breast cancer in Nigeria and the plight of patients, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Primary Health and Communicable Diseases, Senator Mao Oumbua, has urged the federal government to consider the declaration of a national emergency on the fight against cancer. Oumbua, who made the suggestion at the World Cancer Day Symposium organized by Project Pink Blow in Abuja yesterday, said there was a need to ensure that breast cancer patients are properly taken care of by the government. While acknowledging the federal government's efforts at addressing the challenges posed by cancer, Oumbua said, yes, we need them to do more or to lead, but they cannot do it alone. I know the budget of patients are probably taken care of by the government. I really want to call that cancer treatment should be made a national emergency. Definitely, it should be a national emergency, and especially in those vulnerable areas, those areas that conflicts are preventing patients from going for treatment, for screening, and what have you. From this day, you get the full details. And this marked the last headline for today. From this day, Solanke, 1.4 million naira, 1.4 million Nigerians get free reading glasses under federal government Jigibola 2.0. 1.4 million citizens screened in 16 states in 1 year, says 2,216 PHC workers trained as government target 5 million beneficiaries nationwide. About 1,444,444 Nigerians have received free reading glasses within 1 year under the federal government's Effective Spectacle Coverage Initiative, also known as Jigibola 2.0. Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Adekunle Solanke, who made this known on Tuesday while briefing newsmen at the State House, Abuja, explained that the initiative implemented through the National Eye, Ear, and Sensory Functions Program, NESHP, of the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare in collaboration with the Plenty Health Access Initiative, CHAI, was part of the presidential plan to deliver 5 million free pairs of eyeglasses to needing Nigerians. He said within 1 year, the program had also screened 1,541,000 Nigerians aged 40 and above for presbyopia across 16 states, describing the rollout as one of the largest vision care distribution efforts in Nigeria on the African continent. According to him, the 16 states currently implemented the presidential initiative are Lagos, Jigawa, Bayelsa, Delta, Ekiti, FCT, Gombe, Imo, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Plateau, Ogun, Kwara, Benue, and Sokoto. From this day, you get the full details. I would like to use this opportunity to appreciate our CEO, the President of Deakin, Michael Adeboye Ashaolu. Thank you. And to our able producer, the person of Babs Tailolu, thank you for having us this morning. Coming your way are other programs lined up for your entertainment. Please stay tuned to Esteem Radio Vision till we come your way again. I am Oluwatoyosi Solanke. Bye for now.